This is Race for the Roster, and this week there's more uncertainty surrounding a key striker's club future. Welcome to Race for the Roster, where Stephen Caldwell has the task of naming Canada's 26 players that will be in the World Cup squad next summer and predicting the starting 11 for the opening game. Each week, we'll take a look at the current projection, the 26 for 26 that Stevie has representing Canada next summer. And in the starting 11, there are still 6 positions open for competitions, according to Stevie's current projections, including one of the striker spots. More on that in a minute. But in the meantime, let's look at this week's headlines. Jonathan David opening his account for Juve in style.
Yeah, great goal, Luke. Very intuitive strike from him and lovely little finish, which will give him a lot of confidence.
Stevie would have pulled a hamstring with that, but that was a pre-season win over Atalanta. Canada's other David, Promise, scored his first goal of the new Belgian Pro League season. The defending champs top of the table through 4 games. And Tajon Buchanan could have a teammate from Canada joining him at Villarreal. Tani Oluwaseyi reportedly agreeing terms with the club. However, his current team, Minnesota United, have not yet accepted Villarreal's transfer bid. And that brings us to the form tracker, where Cyle Larin is falling off the pace as he faces uncertainty surrounding his future with Mallorca. He wasn't in the squad for their season opener and reportedly has been training with the second team. Larin hasn't played since featuring for Canada in the Gold Cup back on June the 29th. It's never good when a player is not involved at the start of a season, especially in a World Cup year. Has he got a future right now at Mallorca? There are 2 weeks left in the transfer window. Could these be a huge 2 weeks for Cyle Larin and his World Cup hopes, not just the starting 11?
Absolutely critical, Luke, and I'm glad that you said not just the starting 11, because if he gets stuck in Mallorca and he's out the squad, he's not in the lineup, or he's not even getting any minutes at all, then it's going to be huge for Jesse Marsh and Canada in terms of, is Larin capable of not just starting but playing minutes in the World Cup? So he has to make sure that he gets out of Mallorca, he gets a move that suits him, that obviously allows him some playing time, because it's certain that he's tracking in the wrong direction. You've got Tani Oluwaseyi, Promise David, they're tracking upwards. Cyle Larin's tracking downwards at the minute. He has to fix it and fix it quickly and get the move that he needs.
Let's take a look at a breakdown of some of the biggest position battles right now for Canada. Larin's ranking second on the list. There's still questions about who will line up alongside midfielder Stefan Eustáquio and centre-back Moise Bombito, as well as who will start at left-back. But the biggest position battle comes in net. And after a bad mistake last week, Maxime Crépeau conceding 3 goals against Cincinnati with Portland at the weekend. And meanwhile, Dane St. Clair put in a man-of-the-match performance for Minnesota United as he picked up a clean sheet against Seattle. And adding another wrinkle into the goalkeeper situation for Canada, Atlanta United backup Jaden Hibbert in discussions to join Canada's next camp in September. The 21-year-old was born in New Jersey and has played for Jamaica previously, but he's eligible to play for Canada through his mom, who was born in Mississauga, Ontario. Some standout performances this past week. Alistair Johnston scoring the game winner for Celtic.
What a goal, left foot, little curler into the corner, and Johnson loves to get forward for Celtic, and he shows that he's capable when he gets in the box.
They're into the quarterfinals of the League Cup. Nathan Saliba with a nice goal as well, his second for Anderlecht in the Europa Conference League. The Belgian side will now face Ike Athens in a playoffs, and the Canadians keep scoring in MLS. Mathieu Chouanier with his first goal since joining LAFC, assisted by Son.
Unbelievable.
And Jacob Schaffelberg putting away his second goal of the season Sunday against NYCFC. It was Schaffelberg's first start for Nashville since July 12th. Well, as of right now, Stevie isn't making any changes, with Cyle Larin still clinging to his starting spot despite his lack of minutes with Mallorca. But for how long? Remains to be seen.
We'll see.
Here's the key Canadians to keep an eye on this week. Jonathan David has to be the main one, making his Serie A debut for Juventus Sunday against Parma. David will become the second Canadian ever to play in the Italian top flight after Tajon Buchanan. Make sure you check back with us next week to see if there are any changes to Stevie's projections in the 26-man squad for the World Cup next summer, as Race for the Roster continues.